What does it take to be truly great? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. What does it take to be truly great? Is it volunteering a whole life dedicated to good deeds? Is it years spent practicing for a momentary event? Or is it just those small moments? William Shakespeare said, "Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness, and while others have greatness thrust upon them." Today I'm going to share with you 3 areas that I think exemplify this: giving, living, and forgiving. Let's start with giving. Perhaps because that's the easiest one. We all, I believe, are born into greatness. We can give something, even if it's volunteering our time as a firefighter Annie. Someone has to do it. Just by being born, we have something to contribute. And I believe we all have what's called a calling, something beyond our jobs. After all, vocation comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call. Perfect for us Toastmasters, don't you agree? Let me give you an example. In 1896, Ralph Waldo Trine penned a book called What All the World is Seeking. It is one of my greatest treasures, a book I bought for 50 cents at our used bookstore in the library. Water-stained and yellow pages, it's got the smell of a musty old book. I could probably resell it on Amazon.com for $50, $60, maybe even $100, even with the water stains. But I will tell you this, that the words within that book, from over 115 years ago, are worth millions, if not moments, of treasure. In it, Mr. Trine suggests that greatness is not something you do. For those who try to become great will usually falter and fall. But those who give themselves selflessly will someday, unbeknownst to them, find a monument erected in their honor. Such is the case in 1896, not long after Abraham Lincoln was esteemed in our country. He said, "I'll bet one day they celebrate his birthday." How prophetic, don't you agree? He said in these modern times, of course, 1896, that most people are suffering from, and with this, I have bated breath. He said, selfishness. Ah, yes, thinking of ourselves. He goes on to say that if you work as a carpenter to sell the latest and greatest furniture so you can become rich, you will always be anxious for the people who may come to buy your furniture. And for that matter, you may have an overstock of the furniture you made that no one wants to buy. But if you carpet because it's the gift, the vocation that was given to you, a call by some divine place outside or above or within ourselves, well, there'll never be enough time to carpet all the furniture people will want to buy. And if you teach for the mere luxury of being off by 2 and having summer vacations free, well, you'll be constantly bothered by the runny-nosed brats, the kids with coughs, oh, and the finger paint that goes on in classrooms. But if you teach to instill a greatness in the minds and hearts and souls of young people, why, those days will never be long enough. The summers will drag on because you won't be able to wait till you come back to those small times. So what about living? We've already said we're all born into greatness. But how do we achieve greatness? If I can only share with you one example of a young man I only wish I could have met, and in my own personal life I could find no personal story greater than this. His name, Matty Stepanek. Some of you may have already heard about him, so give me the luxury of sharing with those who haven't. Young boy born with a rare form of muscular dystrophy in 1990. When Make-A-Wish asked him what he wanted to do, because he wasn't expected to live much more than 2 years, 4 years. He said, I would like to write a book of poetry. I would like to speak with my favorite peacemaker, Jimmy Carter. And I too would like to meet Oprah Winfrey. Well, they said to him, why don't you just do what other kids do? A trip to Disneyland, a shopping spree. To this young man who believed he was called to do something greater than himself said, Disney World lasts a week, a shopping spree, one day. But to spread peace in the world lasts forever. He knew that every day was a day he may not have the luxury of seeing that night fall. And yet he knew he was here for a purpose and chose to see every day that his glass was half full. It was more than an optimism. By his living, you could see that something operated within this young man that went far beyond education. So finally, forgiveness. Ugh. This one here, I do believe, is where we are thrust into greatness. For I know how quick and how easy it is to be angry, short-tempered. After all, our good professor said that dark is faster than light. And a lot heavier, too. You know, I asked my son one time to rate my parenting skills on a scale of 1 to 10. He gave me a 6. I shouldn't have asked. At least he was honest. Forgiveness isn't easy. I know. It's ironic, I think, that when we are so quick to resent, so quick to be angry, and yet how slow we are to let it go. I'm not suggesting that this is an easy process. I can say it's a choice. Drop the rock. But I know that sometimes we hold on to those things that hurt us because of our own guilt, that we can't let go of the things we've done wrong, or the things we know we could have done better. However we phrase it, I think we still hold ourselves in extreme bondage. Let it go. Be great. We owe it to each other to do so. For as our good Southern friend said, be great. For by being great, you too show others that they too can be great.